There's a saying that changed my life in network marketing, and it is, it's not what works that matters, it's what duplicates. And I'm going to share a little story with you. When I first came into network marketing, I was really, really good at recruiting people. I could bring people in. I had a sales background and have always just had that, ability to be able to talk and communicate with people. So I came in, and I think that we put in maybe 20, 25 people in the first month of this first opportunity that we launched, and we made some pretty good money. And, quite frankly, thought that we were going to hit a home run and just be done. And it was extremely humbling 90 days later to look into my back office. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you that I had not one person that was active on an auto ship. And it was just so deflating. And I know anybody that's been in this business for a few years, you know exactly what that feeling is. You go put a ton of people in, and then you log in, and you're just like, how can there only be one person on auto ship, and it's me, right? And so I did the same thing again. I put more people into the business. And I did this over and over again for a couple of years. And there's a gentleman out there by the name of Keith Halls. Some of you maybe have heard of Keith or seen him speak on some of the stages. But Keith happened to be in my upline, and I went and I sat down with Keith in the river bottoms of Provo, Utah, after just feeling defeated and completely broken. I had given this industry everything that I had, and I had put in tons of people over and over and over again, and I just could not make it work. And months where we'd have make $3,000 or $4,000 and barely just be able to pay the bills, and then the next month I'd make a $700 check. And I just said to Keith, I just don't think I'm cut out for this. And that's really where I was. And he says, Travis, I've waited to tell you this. And he says, because, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, but you sometimes have to get to that place where you're truly ready to receive the message. And quite frankly, I wasn't teachable. I wasn't coachable. I was a maverick, and I came in and didn't think that, anyone could teach me anything about quote unquote sales. And he said, what you do is not duplicatable. You need to get out of your own way. And I remember him saying that, and it was kind of like, but I don't understand. And he said, what you do does not duplicate. You can go out over and over again. And he says, think about it from this perspective. If you're a doctor and you have credibility and you can come in here and you go put 20 people into the business, the challenge with that is that you can't duplicate being a doctor, right? So those people are not going to be able to duplicate what you do. People do what they see, not what they're told. And everything that you're doing is completely opposite of what anybody else is going to be able to do. Therefore, you're setting people up for failure. And I got to tell you that was a hard pill to swallow for me. And I don't think that I got the information, but it still took a little bit of time and understanding that I needed to simplify the process and dumb it down and ultimately be more duplicable. And that really was one of the shifting moments in my career. And so everything that I do from this point forward, I really do try and cater to the masses from a systematic standpoint. And for those of you that want to make a career out of this profession, it's vital that you understand the importance of duplication. It's not what works, it's what duplicates that matters most. This is key to success. And a lot of people, they get involved and they do things that work for them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're always going to duplicate. So I want you just to really think about that doctor scenario when it comes to duplication for a moment. And sometimes you get people that, they want to make money now but they don't want to follow the system. They'd rather do it their way. And I want you to understand, guys, especially if you're newer coming into this business, this is not Burger King. You can't have it your way. You got to trust the system. You got to trust the process. You got to trust your leaders. And some of the best advice that I was ever given is to marry the process and divorce the results. Marry the process and divorce the results. So, you think about some different ways that people have built this business over the years, right? Especially when social media came into the mix. I mean, you've got blogs, you've got people creating websites, you've got emails, and you've got email responders, and you've got fan pages, and now we've got ads that you can run off of those fan pages, and you can do all these target demographics and all these different things. Here's the deal. Most people have limited time. They don't know anything about marketing. Most people that are coming into your business, they don't have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of time. And so they're not going to go out there and set up all these autoresponders and blogs and all of these different things. And I'm not saying, look, if you create leads that way and it works for you, that's fine. But you still have to give your people a system that's going to work for them. And so it has to work for the masses. It has to work for the masses if you want to dine with the classes, guys. It has to work for the masses. And what I'm going to teach you tonight is a system. It's not my system. I've learned it just by, osmosis, being in this industry. but it's called ATM. And with ATM, what it stands for is add, tag, and message. Add, tag, and message. And I'm going to share with you some really important tips on how this works and how to make it work for you. But with ATM, somebody can literally launch their business right away. It doesn't matter what their skill set is. It doesn't matter if they understand how to contact and invite and follow up and use the if I, would you, and all the right words, right language. They don't have all of that stuff yet. That stuff will come over time. But with ATM, somebody can literally launch their business tonight, right away, by going live on their Facebook page, and then by just simply adding people to a group. Now, those of you know, we launched a group called Üforia Testimonials. The group is growing beautifully. We have somewhere, 600, 700 people that are on this page already. And what's really, really neat that's starting to happen in the group is it's starting to come alive because the product has arrived. People are starting to share their testimonials. And by the way, wow, some of the testimonials are just really, you read those and think, man, you can already tell that this product is going to just expand virally. I call it velocity marketing. When you have an idea or a concept or a product that goes from no one knowing about it to everybody knowing about it in a very short period of time, just because the experience that people are having on the product. And we're already starting to see little bits of that, which is really, really exciting. So, for me personally, and again, I spent years going to coffee shops. I spent my, days in hotel lobbies where I would go sit down at a hotel lobby and we would run ads all over social media or wasn't social media back then. It was the paper and it was things like that. But we would have people that would come and I traveled I was gone all the time. I was not building the business. I would tell people I was building the business for my family, and I was, but I will be honest with you, I was building the business at the expense of my family because I was never home. I had I had a home-based business that I was never home. Anybody ever had one of those before? We call it a home-based business, but we're never there because I was doing opportunity meetings in somebody's house every single night of the week, hosting home parties, you name it. So here's the thing that I love about the system that I'm going to teach you tonight is that you can just add people to a group. How many times have you guys talked to somebody who isn't necessarily telling you no, but they aren't telling you yes either? Right? That happens to me all the time. And I imagine if you're having conversations about this product and this business, I call them green bananas. You know why? You ever have a green banana? It's just not quite ready to eat yet. I've got so many green bananas that are in my business right now that I'm talking to. So the idea is, and I heard this for the first time from Danny Johnson years ago, she teaches this concept of expose, involve, and then upgrade. So you expose them to the business first, right? And then you get them involved in the business. You get them feeling the energy, the contagious enthusiasm. You get them observing actually how it's building because something magical happens. They go, oh, I could see myself doing that. I could see myself being successful in this environment. So you get them involved and then you upgrade them after the value has been built. And the value is built through the process. So it's kind of like a funnel, right? You take them through that simple process. It doesn't matter if you're building leads online, you take people through a funnel, right? In the old days, I'd send somebody a sample and then you'd meet over coffee and then you'd invite them to the opportunity meeting. And then after the opportunity meeting, you could take them to the next exposure, right? With ATM, we simply set up a group and then you can add your prospects and tag them. And then you set up group messaging. And I'm going to take you through each one of these steps because there are some little tricks and little things that you can do that'll build the value through the process. So again, you add your prospect to, and the messaging, what I mean by that is you add your prospect to a private chat with your upline, or your downline is adding you for communication. And it's so simple and it's so duplicable. People that are doing really well at that, Michael Zappia does that all the time. Mark and Jessica do that all the time. The Gonzaleses do that all the time. Rachel Hortense does that all the time. And it's one of the reasons why they're really lighting it up right now. One of the reasons, because they utilize those type of tools and those types of systems. But I look at it like this. People, they don't have time. Most people are busy. We're all busy. A lot of people, they don't have money to be able to do all the things that we talked about, like go build websites and build blogs and those type of things. This is so simple. I don't have to leave my home to share an opportunity. I don't have to leave my home for 3 or 4 hours to train somebody. And this process in many ways has replaced, I don't think you'll ever completely replace it, but it's completely cut down on my 3-way calls. It's completely cut down on my 3-way calls. It gives you true freedom. I can leave my phone at home And guess what? The group is doing all the work. There is all this social proof right there in the testimonial group that we've created, people sharing their testimonials. We have an amazing product. So, of course that definitely helps because our product speaks for itself. It truly is the all-star. So if you want automation, if you want duplication, you want true freedom in your business, then guys, I'm going to encourage you to follow the system. How simple is it to add somebody to a group, tag them on a video, tag them on some testimonials, and then add them to Facebook Messenger? Now, if you've ever been to our Üforia testimonials group before, when you click on announcements, there's some key videos that are right there at the top of that page, and it allows you to be able to very quickly navigate through there and tag your prospects. And again, I'm going to tell you the process of how to do that. So the magic and beauty of this company is we aren't just focused on recruiting, and the product truly is the all-star here, and I love that. So you guys need to be teaching your new people how to get their product paid for first, right? Everybody always says, well, should I lead with the business or should I lead with the opportunity? Well, look, recruiters are going to recruit. They're always going to recruit, right? You get a good recruiter in here, somebody like Mike or somebody that's been doing this for a while, they're going to go out and they're going to recruit. A lot of times they'll use the opportunity, but quite frankly, not every single person coming in the door has that credibility, but everybody has the ability to be able to go out and get customers. And the first thing that I want to do with the people that I bring into the business is make sure that they never have to worry about an auto shipment again. So I'm going to teach them how to go and get their customers. And I believe that with our hot market system and with the ATM system that we're teaching you tonight, those are some very powerful resources that allow anybody and everybody, right? Duplication for the masses to be able to accomplish those goals. Not everybody has credibility in this business to go recruit 10 to 20 people in their business, but anybody can add somebody to a group, tag them, and then set up a private message. Now, I'm not saying start adding every single friend you have to the group without their permission. But I'm not saying to my prospect, pretty please, will you please join my group? Will you please take a look at what I'm offering? I'm not doing that, you guys. There's something that I understand that I think makes all the difference in the world. And I hope that you'll come away from this call tonight understanding it too. We have the golden goose, and it's time that you act like it. People now more than ever before in the history of our economy, people are looking for solutions and they have no idea where to turn. Guys, we have them. People are looking for more money in their lives. Guess what? People are going out and taking second jobs and even third jobs away from their family just to be able to put food on the table, to be able to have some Christmas gifts. And you know what? You have an opportunity that could be able to change someone's life. You got to be able to tell somebody about that. We've got people that are looking for better health, to be able to have longevity and quality with their families. And we have the ability to be able to enhance someone's lives with the products that we have. People are looking for more time in their life to be able to go out and do the things that they want to do rather than the things that they have to do. And you have the ability to be able to give them back their time freedom. And yet we hold it in. Guys, that's a selfish proposition. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, at the end of the day, I have the ability to be able to make someone's life. Every single one of you is a hope dealer. You're a dealer in hope. You're giving people the permission and the freedom to be able to dream again, because most people are walking around like zombies. You know what? Somewhere around 22, 23, 24, all of a sudden people started to accept that maxed out credit cards and broken dreams are the norm. And guys, I'm here to tell you, it's not the norm. It's time to wake up and start dreaming bigger and thinking bigger and realizing that you can have everything that you deserve in your life. So I have the golden goose. And you know what? I walk around and I act like it. I'm not talking about arrogance. I'm talking about confidence. And Tina touched on it tonight. It's about knowing what you have, your perceived value, knowing when you sit down at the table, what you bring to the table, right? Because if you value what you bring to the table, guess what? Somebody on the other side of that table is going to equally value it as well. But if you don't value yourself, if you don't value the opportunity, why would anybody else value it as well? You have the ability to help people with their health and with their wealth now more than ever before. People are looking for solutions, but if you posture it is, will you please join my group, Michael? Will you please? No. That's weak. People don't follow weak. They follow strength. They follow confidence. They follow certainty. And when someone says to me, listen, I'm interested, I say, no problem. No problem. Michael, we have a secret community that I'm going to add you to. Right away, I start off building value. It's a secret, right? It's a secret community. For those of you that want to know why I don't open up the community, I know some of you guys want to share these posts. You have to understand the psychology and the strategy behind this group and what it is, right? It's a private community that not everyone can have access to. It's exclusive. The information that is in there, in my opinion, is a gold mine. I believe it, and I believe that, and I act as if. So I'm not just going to open up the group and give it to everybody, because the people I choose to let in are being let in on a big, big secret, a secret that could literally change their lives. Do you see what I'm thinking? Do you see why, if you truly understand what it is that you have in your hands, the value? So when people say, Travis, I'm interested, I say, no problem. We have a secret community that I'm going to add you to and tag you on a video. And I'm telling you, Michael, you're going to be blown away. I mean, the more that I edify the group, the process, the simplicity, the amazing products, the people that I work with, the more value that I am building. Dollars always follow value. They always follow value. So I'm always saying, yeah, absolutely, baby. I'm going to tag you on this video, and I'm telling you, you are absolutely going to be blown away. Michael, wait till you see the Ütritionator. I'm going to tag you on a video inside of there, this machine. It's unbelievable. It's unlike anything out there. It costs millions of dollars. It's the only thing in the world. People are always asking, how can I learn more? Hey, listen, let me add you to a group, and I'll tag you on a video, and I'm going to make sure that you get some really important information. You see what I'm doing? So instead of firing off at an email to him with information, I'm adding him to a group. I'm not necessarily begging them, I'm not begging them to join my group. I'm saying, listen, yeah, absolutely, I'll get some information. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add you to this group, a private, exclusive, very secretive group. It's a very private group, but we've got a ton of value, ton of information in there. Just wait until you see this video that I'm going to tag you on. Okay, so people are, so when people are asking, that's how you get them into the groups. And this strategy can be done without a lot of money, you guys, without doing meeting after meeting, without missing your family all the time. When I did that for years and I traveled the world building my business, I felt like I had golden handcuffs on. I really wasn't enjoying it. I like going to events. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy events, but I don't want to go to home parties all the time. That's just not the culture that I want to build. And so we have spent the last few years figuring out a way to build the business from the comfort of my home. And I do. I travel when I want to travel, but I don't travel to build my business because I have to travel. Does that make sense? So it took me for a while to figure out this attraction marketing, social media thing. But I want you guys to understand something. These groups, these private groups, are one of the most powerful ways, and it's one of the most duplicable ways for everybody in your team to win if they get it. So I'm going to give you 5 quick tips here before we wrap this training up that are going to help you understand this process and understand how to go about it. So first of all, number 1 is you got to learn to edify the groups. Edify the videos, edify the stories, right? That's where the value comes from. You've got to learn to edify. You have to learn how to build value in the ATM system. Wait till you see this video. I'm telling you, you're going to be blown away. Wait till you see Denise South's testimonial about these products. Wait till you see Rebecca's testimonial and how this product is completely changing her digestion system. Wait till you see, you've got to learn. Oh my gosh, you're going to be amazed when you see how this product is made. I cannot wait I'm going to tag you on this video. You got to check it out, right? You've got to learn to edify the people, the process, the stories. And if you're building the business, you need to learn to edify the system, right? The system, ATM system. Because anybody on a fly at a soccer game, baseball game, waiting for the kids can add their people to groups. And when they see how the system works, they're going to realize that they don't have to be going to home parties every night of the week to build this business. They're going to be more likely to join your business, okay? Number 2, Facebook Messenger. Did you know you can do what's called set a plan and schedule an actual follow-up on Facebook Messenger? It's called set a plan. Always do it within 24 to 48 hours. Now, here's what I do. I'm going to add you to the group, Michael, and then I'm going to follow up with you, let's just say on Tuesday or Wednesday. Which is better for you? So he's going to say, Wednesday's probably busy on Tuesday. Wednesday's going to be better. I'm going to say, great. How about Tuesday at noon? Does that work well for you? He's going to say, sure. And I'm literally going to set a plan for a follow-up for noon on Wednesday. And so now it's literally going to create a little reminder for him and I both that we have a call scheduled. So what that does is Michael realizes that there's kind of a deadline that he knows I'm going to be following up, and he needs to make sure that he checks that information out first. And the other thing it does for me is it's very efficient. Some of you asked what CRMs and schedules and all these things to use. Guys, Facebook almost has it all these days if you really realize the tools and the things that are available to you. And so you literally can just schedule a follow-up right then and there. And then, of course, when I do follow up with them, I always follow up on time. I always follow up when I say I'm going to. One of the things that I've learned is that, do what you say you're going to do. If you want to build credibility in this business, with credibility, you have solvency. Without it, you're bankrupt. Do what you say you're going to do. Be a professional. Show up. So again, set a plan. and they get alerted, and so do you. So I'm curious, how many of you are using this on Facebook Messenger right now? Always set it for 24 to 48 hours after ATM. And don't, you know what, if somebody says to me, well, man, I've got a busy week this week, Travis, I'm going to say, you know what, let's do this, Michael. Why don't I follow up with you next Monday? And I'll go ahead and add you to the group next week since you're going to be busy this week. And then we can schedule a follow-up time. I'm not going to just add him to the group. You know why? Because I know what's in that group is gold. And if he doesn't have time to look at it right now, I'm not just going to even throw him in the group. I'm going to wait until next Monday, and I'm going to circle back around with him and do it again. Okay, number 3, introduce them to your leadership. And if your upline isn't on Facebook or they're not social media friendly, then find somebody sideline, somebody in your downline that you can vibe with. You know, what I do is I say, hey, Jerry, listen, or hey, Michael, or hey, Kristen, I'm going to add you to our private info group. I'm also going to introduce you to our leadership, my partners. These are top leaders, super successful, and I want them to share their story with you, and you can share your story with them. Guys, I'm telling you that this has replaced the need in many ways for three-way calls. I mean, I have been doing a lot of this, and I haven't even been getting on the phone and people are joining the business. Now, I will tell you for my personal experience with my prospects, my close ratio is much higher when I actually get on a phone call with them personally. But I will tell you that this is very, very effective to get your upline leaders involved in this process. And this can all be done through Facebook Messenger. Now, when it comes to closing, guys, be cool. You know, don't be a weirdo. Don't be too eager. Remember dating, right? Remember some of you when you first started dating, nobody wants that desperate, annoying, needy person. No human likes that. Nobody wants to be hunted. So be cool, be normal. When I follow up, I'm telling you guys, the audio recorder is like my new best friend on Facebook. I didn't always use that, but it's my new best friend. Hey, Michael, listen, I promised you I'd follow up today. I just wanted to see if you had a chance to look over the info that I tagged you in, and if you had any questions and what you liked best. Hope you had a great day or having a great day, and that's it. You know, I'm just normal. Hey, Michael, what's up, man? I just wanted to follow up. I promised you that I'd follow up today. Just wanted to see if you had a chance to look over the information that I tagged you in, take a look at the group, see if you had any questions, and I wanted to find out what you liked best. Hope you're having a great day. Hit me back when you have a minute. And I do that on a voice recorder. You know, again, I have the golden ticket, right? I have the golden ticket. So now I'm not going to be like, Michael, you're so lucky that I'm reaching out to you with this information. I'm not going to go there, but I have that confidence and that posture. And you know what, as we get on a phone call, one of my favorite things to say is, listen, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being ready to get started right now, 1 being not interested at all, where are you at? And most people come back and say, they're usually between a 4 and a 7. And I say, great, what do we need to do to get you to a 9 or 10? What do you need to see? And if they're an 8 or 9 or 10, I say, great. So did you need some help selecting the packages? And they're going to say, oh, I didn't even know there was different packages. I said, yeah, let's go through that. Let's talk about some of the benefits of each one of these packages so that you can make a well-informed decision. And if they're not ready at that point, you know what I do? I always just promote the next event. You know, if they're not ready to give me a decision at that point, remember, we really have a couple of key responsibilities as network marketing professionals. Number 1 is to notify people of what we're up to, right? Just let them know. Notify people of what we're up to. Number 2 is to invite them to take a closer look. Number 3 is for those that want more information or have questions to make sure that their questions are answered. And number 4 is to collect decisions. Guys, that's it. That's what we do as network marketing professionals over and over again. We literally notify people of what we're up to, invite people to take a closer look, answer the questions for those that have questions, and ultimately collect decisions, right? If they're not ready to make a decision, then what do? I use the next event. And believe it or not, I use events just like this to bring people into the business. I know this is a team call, and we say it's not for prospects. And I say that for the masses because I don't want somebody to put a prospect that's expecting a business opportunity on this call. But you know what I will do? For somebody that's been in process with me and they're evaluating things, I'll say, listen, I want to give you an example of the type of mentorship and training in the community that's going to be surrounding you. And I would love for you to see how we're utilizing just things like Facebook group to build this business. And I thought you might want to just listen into this private meeting that's happening tonight. So I'll build value in a meeting just like this. Now, I wouldn't use that as a first exposure, but if they're in process and they're evaluating the business opportunity, wouldn't it make sense that they might want to see the community and the support and the systems? This call tonight for somebody that's been in process would have been a dynamite closer. I'll put somebody in front of this. I put people in front of the hot market training system all the time as the next exposure. Why? Because when they watch it, they go, oh, I could do that. And if you can see yourself being successful in this environment, you're going to get a yes, right? So I always promote the next event. And last thing I'll leave you with, or I'll leave you with a couple more, leverage the timing, guys. Leverage the timing right now. Leverage the $100 coupon that is in these boxes. That's part of the promotion, pre-launch promotion that we currently have right now. There's no better time to get started. There's no, guys, pull up that map and show somebody, look, we don't even have anybody in North Carolina yet. Can you believe that? We don't even have, how would you like to be one of the first 50 people that are in this entire state to be involved in this business? One of the top 10 people in this state. So leverage the timing. Leverage the timing. The best time to get started is right now. Don't wait till the new year. You want to win the race? Get started before the gun goes off. No matter what time it is, it's always the best time to start a business. Michael, if it's August, I'm saying, look, summer's the best time to get started in the business. If it's December, listen, the holidays, the best time to start a business. You know why? When was the best time to plant a tree? 5 years ago. When's the next best time to plant a tree? Today, right now, always. Success loves speed. Success loves urgency. Guys, in closing, I'll tell you this. Work on your posture. Know what you bring to the table. Work on your belief. Use this ATM system. Edify your leaders. Use the voice recorder. Promote the events. And you know what? I will also tell you that you got to get comfortable with closing, because you don't make money if you don't close. I see a lot of people that are really good at creating exposures. They're great at all these different videos. They ATM like crazy, add people to the groups, but you got to master the closing. And you know what? It's really not that difficult if you're just following up and doing a few simple things like setting these reminders and getting on call and getting your upline involved in the process. So all I've got for you guys tonight. Any questions or any thoughts, comments, feedback?